I said Sean. I didn't say Eric.
The animated Anarchy series presents the animated Hour of Power.
So it's kind of false advertising. This isn't necessarily animated Hour of Power. This is our Judge's Choice special. Of course, this is Judge's Choice. I am, of course, I'm your host, Dutchy. This is my Judge's Choice this week. And I am joined, as always, by Money E.
What's up?
Wildcard Dave.
Yes, sir.
And the other person who is going to have a Judge's Choice this week, he'll have Wednesday show. Sean is here.
Hello.
All right. I'm only going to keep this beard on for like another couple of minutes because the hair is getting in my mouth. Tasmanian devil all over again. But yes, I am dressed as Papa Smurf because the Smurfs are up for battle this week. This is my Judge's Choice here on the When Toons Combined YouTube channel here for the Animated Anarchy series. And we have 6 big battles here today. We have Heathcliff versus Goof Troop. Camp Candy versus Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Batman the Animated Series versus Celebrity Deathmatch. The Smurfs are going to take on Adventures of the Gummy Bears. Rockos Modern Life is going to take on Darkwing Duck. And the main event is going to be the Flintstones versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So basically, if you've never seen the show before, the randomizer is going to, we're going to pull the randomizer up. 5 categories are going to be selected via the randomizer. Now, each one of these guys has the power. The power has reset. So each one of these guys does have the power if they want to use it. Now, only one person can use it per episode. But if a category gets picked that they don't like, they can attempt to switch it out. Now, one of the other judges has to say, okay, I agree with that in order for it to happen. But any one of these guys can use it tonight. Now, if a show wins 3-0, it's 30 points. 3-1 is 20 points. 3-2 is 10, and 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. So let's not. We got 6 battles, so let's not waste any time. All right, can everybody see the screen here?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. 1 click. All right. Here's what we have right now. Memorable moments, overall enjoyment, voice acting, humor, character development. All right. I'm going to take it around and ask if anybody wants to switch. Dave, do you want to switch anything?
I would like to just keep it.
All right. You're going to keep?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'll let one of the other guys do it if they want to.
All right. Sean, we'll go to you next.
I'm good.
All right. Eric?
Yeah,
you won't, Eric. You won't. Scared. He didn't want to do it.
I'm going to save it for the next one.
You're going to save it for the next one?
Nope, because I'm going to do it on the next one.
Oh.
Yeah, big O's.
All right. Going one, I'm going twice.
Keep it.
Hurry up and speak.
I'm
sold.
Are you good?
Yep.
All right.
It's Eric's fault.
All right. So it's going to be memorable moments, overall enjoyment, voice acting, humor, and character development. All right, so how do we feel about all that?
I think it's solid.
Yeah, I think it's decent.
All right. Sean, you like that your favorite category wasn't picked here?
Always.
Yeah. Let's just hope that for your, well, technically for the one that you're going to host on Wednesday, technically I get to be you. So like if that pops up, I can always take it out too.
Yeah.
Unless I say no.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who Sean throws it to first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true that. But you should throw it to me.
You can
Just
barely
be nice.
call.
Don't give it to Eric first, because if he changes out anything, I'm going against it immediately. Because I told him this episode that I'm changing it. So if you give the power to Eric, I'm
I don't
declining.
think you have to worry about me giving Eric any power.
Yeah, remember what he said last week? You're an idiot.
And then he wants to pick on the Sabres 3-game losing streak. Like,
Which, by the way, 2 of those games were in overtime, so we still got points.
Yeah, I did mention that in the chat.
How's Philly doing? How's Philly doing? Eric?
He acknowledged that fact. I'll give him that.
So it's not like, I mean, yes, yesterday, and we don't have
Yesterday was probably the worst game I've seen them play since the return from the Olympics.
Yeah, which, by the way, everybody is allowed to have a bad game.
Exactly.
No,
they're also getting lucky because Tampa keeps losing too. So
unfortunately, they won earlier.
That's fine. They're still. Oh, I wonder if that tied. No, I don't know if that ties.
That might have tied them, but there's still a lot of game left to play here, so we won't have to get too nervous. It's not like we're watching the Bills.
Yeah.
It's not like we're watching the Bills and Josh Allen choke.
Again.
And again.
Yeah.
And
Which,
again.
by the way, the last time they choked, we were live on air. So Josh Allen's responsible for us having a bad show. Punk. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started with the first battle, and a lot of Bills fans are gonna be mad at me for calling Josh Allen a punk. All right, first battle up is Heathcliff versus Goof Troop. Heathcliff 1-1, 30 points in the division of Randy Marsh. Goof Troop 1-1, 20 points in the division of Tim Friel. So Goof Troop's got 30 points, I'm sorry. So all right, Goof Troop 1-1, 30 points. All right. So we start, the first category is memorable moments. Sean, I'm starting with you.
Oh boy. I'm sorry. What show did you just pick off?
We're starting with Heathcliff versus Goof Troop.
Okay, that's number 1. I gave this one to Heathcliff, hands down.
Okay.
I just, obviously, the premise of the show, the antics in the show that they get into, and just like other situations just leave so much for memorable moments.
Very good.
Sorry, I had the wrong paper out for that one.
Don't worry about it. Wednesday, I wrote in the wrong category for one of the battles. All right, Dave, go ahead.
I'm agreeing with Sean here. I went with Heathcliff. I like the mischievousness of Heathcliff, and I think it makes it very memorable.
All right, Eric.
Yep, I sweep it. Heathcliff. I found it more. I mean, this is not more funny, so there's more memorable moments, in my opinion.
All right. They're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they sweep. By the way, their one victory that they have, they did sweep. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure Goof Troop actually. I got to change this because I'm pretty sure they only got 20 points in the last battle. So I goofed that up since they're 1-1. All right. So we move on to overall enjoyment. Eric, what show did you enjoy more?
This is a close one, but I picked Heathcliff because I thought I just was more entertained by that show, so I liked it better.
Okay. John?
I'm sticking with Heathcliff. I just like the somewhat of the subtle mafia style feel of the show.
Fair enough. All right, Dave.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with these two. Heathcliff all the way. It's definitely more enjoyable for me. I wasn't a big fan of Goof Troop.
Okay. All right. Of the two, I probably do like Heathcliff. I grew up with both of them, so I like both of them, which is why they're going against each other. All
I think
right.
I would choose Goof Troop.
If you would choose Goof Troop, how come you just
No, as a kid, but now as an adult, I choose Heathcliff.
Gotcha. All right. So 2-0 Heathcliff right now. One more, and then they sweep. It's voice acting. Who did a better job? Was it Mel Blanc as Heathcliff, or was it Bill Farmer as Goofy? Dave?
I think Mel Blanc takes this one all the way. I thought he did a great job. I thought he was perfect for Heathcliff, and it's, I think, an iconic work right there. So I went with Heathcliff.
All right. Sean, why don't you go ahead?
I went with Goof Troop only because I feel like it was harder for the voice actors to pull off.
Goofy is a very hard voice to do, I think, especially like to try to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Because like anybody can do that, yuk, but then having to talk further in
words,
into that voice, it's just like, how did he do that? All right, Eric, you get to break a tie.
I agree with Sean. I went with Goof Troop. I think there's some bigger names as voice actors from what I'm reading, but yeah, I slightly went with Goof Troop.
Okay. The threat of you having to wear a thong on Wednesday's show when Sean is hosting caused you to agree with Sean.
Pretty much.
Whatever gets the job done. All right. 2-1 Heathcliff. They could still win it in this next category, which is humor. Both shows were pretty funny. Both shows actually kind of have almost that same kind of humor. But who did it better, Sean?
I think Heathcliff did it better. They were more of, I don't know, situational humor. And Goof Troop was just more basic.
Okay. All right. Eric?
Yeah, I went with Heathcliff. I kind of gave it away with my memorable moments when I said it's funnier. So yeah, I went with Heathcliff.
All right. All right, Dave.
Yeah, I went with Heathcliff. I just thought, the street kind of humor that is put in there, the rebellious type humor and like the public nuisance, I enjoyed. Goof Troop, I just thought its humor was lame.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I thought it was like more forced.
Yeah. I mean, Goofy's always been kind of a funny character, but everybody else trying to be funny on there, it's just kind of like,
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Heathcliff's going to win it 3-1. They're going to get 20 points out of it. Now, the funny thing is right now, Heathcliff is trying to catch, in their division, they're trying to catch Attack on Titan, because Attack on Titan has the division lead right now. They're about 10 point. Yeah, they're about 10 points. 10 points behind that, I believe, because Attack on Titan has already gone in this stage. And yeah, so right now they would be 15 points behind Attack on Titan. Still got a long way to go, but right now, Heathcliff is still in the division race. Speaking of two shows that are not in their division race right now, up next we have Camp Candy versus Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Oh,
What Sean said.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is when I made this matchup, I thought both shows were going to be doing better than what they already were. But I also didn't count on Eric not realizing how big the 80s wrestling fan base was, even though we do a wrestling podcast where I talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
But my fault for thinking Eric pays attention, because I know how cheap he is. And attention can be expensive. So stupid beard. I just shaved it right there. All right. So Camp Candy 0-2, negative 20 points in the division of Joey Bianco. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling 0-2, negative 10 points in the division of Dave's Uncle Joe. So somebody can get themselves out of the negative here. Somebody can, or somebody can dig themselves an even further hole. We start with memorable moments. Sean, you're the first one that went oi, so I'm going to let you start.
Yeah, I didn't find too many memorable moments either show, but I picked Camp Candy just for I don't know.
You're contractually obligated to?
No, not really. It's more just like I feel like John Candy is more memorable than Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Or should be, at least.
Yeah. All right. So Eric's already stuck up his middle finger at you, so that means you have to go next. Go ahead, Eric.
I went with Hulk Hogan, Rock and Wrestling, because I found there was more memorable moments there, more funnier moments. So,
all right, Dave. Who are you agreeing with?
I'm going with Eric here. I'm going with Hulk Hogan. Rock and Wrestling. I just thought its connection to wrestling and bringing characters in like Roddy Piper and Andre the Giant were pretty memorable. I also think like facing the over the top kind of villains that they brought in, I think those were pretty memorable. But like Sean said, neither show was super memorable. But I just think Hulk Hogan takes this one.
All right. Okay. All right. Hulk Hogan is up 1-0. We move on to the category that is not probably a bad category to have for this battle, especially with these three judges. But we're going to go overall enjoyment, and Dave, you're going to start.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't really particularly enjoy either one. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Hulk Hogan, Rock and Wrestling. I'm more into wrestling than I am Camp Candy. so it was a little more enjoyable. Like when they brought in certain characters that you kind of remember and whatnot. So it was a little more enjoyable seeing that.
Okay. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Dave. I went with Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. Just a more enjoyable show than Camp Candy. Camp Candy is plain, I should say. Bland.
Yeah. All right, Eric, go ahead.
I sweep it. Hulk Hogan, Rock and Wrestling because it's wrestling and I know the characters, wrestlers. So
All right, they're up 2-0. By the way, if they get the sweep here, they move into the positive territory. And Camp Candy joins the world of David the Gnome in the very bottom tier at negative 30 points. We move on to voice acting. John Candy obviously voiced himself in the cartoon. None of the wrestlers voiced themselves in Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, but they were voiced by legendary voice actors and people that we would come to know. So Eric, who has the edge in this?
this is a close one, but I went with Hulk Hogan because I think they have more legendary actors, voice actors.
Okay.
Oh.
I heard the sound effect. That means you're going next.
Yeah, I went the opposite way. I think because you have the authentic voice, doing the voice acting, John Candy, I think because it's authentic gives them the edge here.
All right.
Mhm.
Would you have felt that way if it would have been Hulk Hogan and the rest of the wrestlers voicing themselves?
Yeah, if it was Hulk Hogan and them, I'm giving it to Hulk Hogan and them.
Okay.
If it was their actual voice acting, but because it was like they had different voice actors come in, they weren't terrible, but it's not the same. Like, and you can tell. So I just think because the actual person, John Candy, did the voice acting himself, I think that gives it a little more edge,
All
in my
right.
opinion. But yes, if Hulk Hogan did his own voice acting, I would have did them.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Sean, you get to break a tie here.
Yeah, I went with Camp Candy, pretty much for the same reason Dave did. Just the fact that John Candy was the voice actor made it so much better. But I'm also in agreement that if Hulk Hogan and them did their own voice acting, I probably would have went with them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would probably feel that way. So, all right. Humor is the next category. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling can still win it here. But we go to humor. Which show was funnier, Sean?
Camp Candy. I think it was just a more natural humor, and Hulk Hogan's was kind of, in a way, forced. Like they tried too hard. I think it just became very natural. I mean, because obviously John Candy is a funny guy.
Yeah,
So
I mean he was a comedic actor.
Yeah, it was just natural. So
go ahead, Eric.
I went the opposite. I went Hulk Hogan. I just
closer to the thong on Wednesday's show.
mm-hmm.
I just found it more funny because the wrestlers I know.
Yeah. Oh no, I understand why you did it. I'm also just trying to put ideas in.
I know.
Not that I really think he needs that image in his head, but just trying to give him an idea. Dave, you get to decide whether or not this goes one more round.
And I do believe this is gonna go another round. I'm going Hulk Hogan here.
If you go Hulk Hogan, that means you're ending it.
Oh, then I'm ending it. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going with Hulk Hogan here. I just think it's like nonsensical, like ridiculous ways is pretty like stupid funny. It's definitely like a dumb funny insane scenario type deal, which I kind of find a little interesting and humorous in some parts. They're definitely a little over the top and exaggerated like personas, which I kind of find a little humorous there as well. Camp Candy, it was okay. It was just like situational mishaps and stuff that kind of led to the humor. It wasn't anything huge. in either one, but I would probably give it to Hulk Hogan.
All right. Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling is going to win this 3-1. They're going to get 20 points. They get out of the negative. No points lost for Camp Candy. So they stay at negative 20. We move on now to Batman the Animated Series versus Celebrity Deathmatch. Celebrity Deathmatch is 2-0, 30 points in the division of Raven Finley. Batman the Animated Series 0-2, 5 points in the division of Kenny West. By the way, Batman the Animated Series won our last tournament, the Cartoon Classic. And unfortunately, they've gone up against animes, and Eric likes to suck up to Dave, so they're 0-2.
More than one way too.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, I got you. Never mind. It took me a minute, but I know what you're moving on. All right. So we start with memorable moments. Sean, I'm going to start with you. Who had the more memorable moments?
I went with Celebrity Deathmatch because I felt like every episode was a memorable moment because, it's in the name. If you're having different celebrities fight to the death in every episode, from Hollywood actors to presidents,
Right.
or just known figures. And I just think it led to that every episode was a moment because it wasn't ever the same.
I think you're incorrect. Can I go next?
Right. Yeah, you can go next.
I went the opposite way. I went Batman the Animated Series. I thought their moments were definitely more impactful, more enduring, more critically acclaimed moments. Celebrity Deathmatch. I mean, yeah, it's in the name. Celebrities are gonna go into a death match, so you know what you're getting as soon as you see the title. I don't think that's pretty memorable. Maybe what happens in the episode is memorable, but it's the same thing over and over. Batman, you're getting a whole storyline, which is very memorable.
That's been played out over 2,500 years.
Yes, I know, but it's so good. Guess what? Over those 2,500 million years, guess what? People still watch it and love it. And guess what? They're one of the top shows. I mean, they won last time in their tournament because they are just that good. It doesn't matter how many times they reboot it or reproduce it. It's going to be fantastic because you want to know why? It's goddamn Batman. And I think just because it's Batman itself, it's more memorable. Batman himself is more memorable than anything Celebrity Deathmatch can put up, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Eric, you get to break the tie.
Yeah, this was tough. But I'm going to go agree with Dave here.
Okay. All right. They're up 1-0. I see both points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I was just really trying to pull Eric my way.
Yeah.
And you
So
did. You
so
did. I was going to go Celebrity.
Well, by the way, like it worked in Batman's favor this time. Last time when they went against Dragon Ball Z, it didn't work.
Because I had the same argument as Tom, but Dave persuaded me.
Yeah. Just make sure you have a thong on standby. All right. Overall enjoyment is next. Eric, what show did you enjoy more?
Celebrity Deathmatch, because I watched that more, so I enjoyed that just a bit more.
All right. Dave?
Ooh, this one's actually tough because I liked watching both. I thought, Celebrity Deathmatch was hilarious and entertaining, and Batman, you know what you're getting, and it's very entertaining. But because I just felt like because the humor in it and whatnot, I'm picking Celebrity Deathmatch here. I just thought it was kind of a little more enjoyable to watch because you don't know what you're gonna get.
Fair enough. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Sweep it. The mix between the humor and the fighting, I think, just worked really well.
All right. They're tied 1-1. We go to voice acting. Sean, you're first.
Batman the Animated Series, hands down.
Yep.
Top lineup. You know. Mark
Well,
Hamill.
yeah, you talk about Mark Hamill's Joker all the time.
Oh, yeah. I think he's top 3, one of the best Jokers ever.
By the way, in the Batman's 2 previous battles, they had yet to get voice acting.
Shameful.
And I thought that schmuck whose picture is next to mine was going to take out voice acting at first because that's his least favorite category. So
No.
luckily
I thought it, but
huh?
no. I thought we already got what I was going to change it to.
Yeah. All right. So Dave, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm going with Batman the Animated Series. I just thought it was way better acting quality. The casting itself, I thought was very superior. So I'm definitely going with Batman here.
All right, Eric.
Yep, sweep it.
All right, they're up 2-1. They can win it in this next category. I don't think they're going to because of what the next category is and how, it has been talked about a few times about this certain subject favoring Celebrity Deathmatch. Dave, start it.
I'm definitely going Celebrity Deathmatch. I just think they mock egos, public perceptions of like celebrities. You got the commentators that are delivering constantly with like witty commentary on the absurd fights, which can be pretty humorous. Even the gore in action when they're fighting can be kind of humorous too, what they're doing to each other. So I just thought, their references that they make and all that culture that they bring into it also can be pretty humorous. So I'm picking Celebrity Deathmatch.
All right. Sean, I already know which way you're going, but I'm going to you anyway.
Celebrity Deathmatch. Like I said, for enjoyment, just the humor during the matches, like the sudden pausing of the fight, just to throw out a quirky line. So
All
much
right.
better.
All right, Eric.
Yep, Celebrity Deathmatch. Just watching celebrities basically kill each other is kind of humor.
All right, it's tied 2-2. We're going to the last category. Character development. Sean?
I went with Batman the Animated Series because I don't think there's much of any character development in Celebrity Deathmatch. They kind of just mock whatever celebrity is there, and I think the only real character development is one of them goes enraged. But that's about it. At least Batman does like a story arc of development. So
okay, so I'm just gonna make a little bit of an argument here, even though I do agree that Batman's character development is superior. You can say, and I'm gonna piss off a lot of Batman fans by even bringing this up, because the light bulb might go off in the other two's head. There is a little bit of development in the announcers.
yeah, that's true.
Okay. Now, I don't know if that matches Batman's development. I personally don't think so, but you can make the argument.
I forgot all about those two.
Eric said he wants to make that argument. I heard him. He put his
So-
hand up.
No.
I
He
seen.
put his hand up.
All right.
I seen him.
But so I'm just saying, because that's like, all right. So back in stage one, when Celebrity Deathmatch beat Pee Wee's Playhouse, and like we were saying, oh well, Pee Wee's Playhouse had better development because Celebrity Deathmatch really didn't have any. It was brought out to me by somebody that you can say Celebrity Deathmatch had development just a tiny bit with the announcers. Now, does that match the development for Batman the Animated Series? Dave?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Batman is far superior in character growth.
All right. Eric?
No, it picked Batman.
All right. Can you imagine how much hate mail I'm going to get from people by trying to make an argument for Celebrity Deathmatch in character development? Like, a lot of people's cheeks are clenched right now
It's your,
because we went to
it's
the
your brother,
last.
the big Batman fan.
Yeah, but luckily he's watching something else in the other room, and he's not watching the show, so he can't. And I'm not going to tell him what I did.
I should have just picked Celebrity Deathmatch, just to make you sweat a little.
I would
Even
have
though
picked
I didn't
Batman
believe
anyway.
it, even though everything I have here is against it.
Yeah. All right. Batman gets its first win. They get 10 points out of the deal. The Batman's division is kind of close right now because nobody's really running away with it. But that can change in just a matter of seconds, because up next, one of Batman's division rivals is up. The Smurfs are taking on Adventures of the Gummy Bears. The Smurfs are 1-1, 20 points in the division of Kenny West. Adventures of the Gummy Bears, 2-0, 40 points in the division of somebody who Dave's knows better than the rest of us, his wife. So we go now to the first category, which is memorable moments. And by the way, Gummy Bears right now has the division lead. Now Steins Gate is right behind them. Like Gummy Bears has 40 points. I think Steins Gate has like 20 or 30. So Steins Gate can catch up, especially if the Gummy Bears don't win. But we go to memorable moments, and Eric, I'm starting with you.
This was a tough one, but I give the slight edge to the Bears.
Okay.
Well, this founder with more memorable moments in that show.
All right. Dave?
I actually went the opposite way. I went with the Smurfs. I just thought, like, the Smurfs themselves are pretty memorable. Like, Papa Smurf and stuff like that. Like, just the characters themselves are memorable. And then what they're doing on top of that, you got the catchphrases that I think are pretty memorable in the Smurfs. And I just thought they did a pretty good job. That's nothing against the Gummy Bears. I thought it was pretty close. I just think because the catchphrases and the banter and the Smurfs themselves, the characters, I think are more memorable.
All right. Sean, you're breaking a tie here.
I went with the Smurfs. That whole show is great for having memories and moments, I should say.
All right. So they're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they sweep. Overall enjoyment is next. Sean, go ahead.
I liked watching the Smurfs more entertaining show.
All right. Eric, I saw the hand go up.
Yep. I enjoyed the bears more. I just found it more entertaining for me.
Okay. All right, Dave, you get to break the tie this time.
Yeah, I'm going with the gummy bears here. I thought I like their fantasy world a little bit more. Um, I did like I would say another thing, but it's another category. So I'm gonna hold off
That
on
we're
that one.
that we're doing, right?
Yeah, that we're doing. It's the
Yeah.
last category. I thought I like that. But yeah, I also think like the characters they had more distinct roles within their society. So if like it had pretty diverse personalities. So did the Smurfs, but I think the Gummy Bears did a little better job of it. And I do like the fairy tale feel that they got going. Um, and I do like their theme song a little bit better. I thought it was very catchy.
I
Um,
love their song.
yeah,
I really wanted theme song to be a category for this episode,
yeah, no, but
but
it's not here, so I thought I'd bring that up.
yeah, but
And I also thought they did a better job with the storytelling, and I thought they also explored like deeper lore than the
yeah.
Smurfs did. So I enjoyed that because I like that lore. I like getting that background information and stuff like that because it makes it more intriguing and gets you more involved. So that's why I went with the gummy bears here.
All right. Uh okay. So Gummy Bears and Smurfs tied 1-1. We move on to the next category, which is voice acting. Who had the better voice acting, Eric?
I went with the Smurfs. From what I read and watched, I like the Smurfs voice acting better.
Okay. Whoever just made that sound effect, you're going next.
Uh, okay. I went the opposite way. I thought the Gummy Bears brought a better quality of a cast. I thought their cast was pretty impeccable. Um, like June Foray is
Yeah.
Grammy, Lorenzo Music, Paul Winchell, Rob Polson. You got people like that. That's star-studded cast, and I thought they did a really good job.
Lorenzo Music is good in anything he's in.
That's a fact.
Uh by the way,
They're a bunch of legends. So
yeah.
I mean, and they're all in one cast. I'm going with them.
Yeah. By the way, I realized that like you were making that sound effect probably because you're in pain from your mouth. But since you made the sound effect, I was just like, let him go.
It's a little bit
You
of
went
both.
the
I
opposite
kind of
way.
wanted to go. I kind of wanted to go, but I thought I heard Sean start to say something, so I kind of held off. But yeah, the mouth does hurt a little bit with the headset, but it's doable. It's not like pain. I did take some medication beforehand, like right beforehand, so it's pretty good right now.
That's good. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, I went with the Gummy Bears. I just thought their cast lineup was a lot stronger, more memorable names.
All right, they are up 2-1. One more, and they get the win. And the category is humor.
Mhm.
And I know which way I would go, but I want to see where you guys would go first. And Sean, I'm starting with you.
I went with the Gummy Bears on this one by a slight margin. I thought they just had one or two funnier jokes that I've noticed. Or antics and stuff.
Okay. All right, Eric, I saw the hand go up, so you're going next.
Yeah, I thought the Smurfs were a lot more, not a lot more funnier, but I thought they were more funnier than the Gummy Bears. I thought the Gummy Bears was more serious.
Did Sean just throw something up against his wall because Eric disagreed with him again?
I tried to shoot an empty bottle into a garbage can, and I said Kobe, and I missed.
Oh, whoops. All right. Dave, you get to decide whether or not we go another round.
I don't think this is a slim margin, like Sean said. I think this is a large gap. And that's because one of these had more, like, it was relied on repetitive gags. And I just thought, we've seen it over and over, and it's, that humor wears out. Whereas the other one had more, witty dialogue and better written dialogue, which made the humor a lot better. And I think the one that was better was Adventures of the Gummy Bears here. I thought their humor was more witty. I thought they did very good job with the writing and the dialogue of it. So it wasn't like overly dumbed down. So I think it elevated it way above the Smurfs, which used very predictable humor, the same type of repetitive gags that they did over and over.
All right. So I would go the way of the Gummy Bears myself, and there's two reasons why. One is Lorenzo Music is hilarious, and no matter what role he's in. So him as Tummy, I thought he was hilarious, and I really love when Grammy Gummy goes off. Like the one episode where she's there's this, I think, like this warthog or whatever that's chasing her and some of the other gummy bears, and she's like, "Leave us alone, you overgrown pork chop." So I would have myself gone the way of the Gummy Bears. They win it 3-1. They're going to get 20 points. By the way, they've beaten the Smurfs. They've also beaten the Jetsons.
Okay.
So,
I didn't see this one coming. I thought
I didn't. I thought the Smurfs were going to win. Well, when I saw what the categories were, I started thinking, I'm like, they got a shot.
Yeah.
I honestly thought these guys were going to go Smurfs for humor, but I found both funny. But
yeah, it's just funny because like some people might just find the Smurfs annoying.
yeah, I just see that too. Yeah,
but yeah, no. So Gummy Bears, they get 20 points. They extend their division lead a little bit more. But we still got a long way to go as far as stages go, or a lot more stages to go. All right, we move on to the next battle, which is Rockos Modern Life versus Darkwing Duck. Rockos Modern Life, 1-1, 10 points in the division of Pat Skelly. Darkwing Duck, 1-1, 25 points in the division of Joey Bianco. So Darkwing Duck right now is still technically in the division. Or Darkwing Duck right now is a little bit behind in their division race. They are in the same division as Dragon Ball Z. So they have a lot of catching up to do if they want to surpass Dragon Ball Z to win a division, which is about as likely as somebody winning the Indianapolis 500 on foot. So, but in Rockos Modern Life, they have a little bit of catching up to do in their division. Of course, Johnny Quest has 50 points. They lost 10 the other day against Alvin and the Chipmunks. But we are going to start with memorable moments. All right. Dave, you get to go first.
This one was a little tougher for me. I thought they both had some memorable moments. But I'm going to go with Darkwing Duck here. I think the catchphrases like "I am the terror that flaps in the night." I think that's pretty iconic and memorable. I just think the characters are pretty memorable. I think they did a nice job with that. I think the villains, like the Fearsome Five and stuff like that, were pretty memorable. And I just thought it was a pretty standout show. It was a little bit different, you know. It was like it had some pretty good witty banter and stuff, but that's no shot against Rocco Modern Life. I thought they had some pretty memorable moments. It just wasn't enough to put him over the edge for me.
All right, Eric.
I went with Darkwing Duck.
Okay. All right, Sean, go ahead.
I also went with Darkwing Duck.
All right, they're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they sweep. Overall enjoyment is the next category. Sean, you go first.
I went with Darkwing Duck here. I like the just the overall presentation of the show. The episodes were great. Just the whole premise, I guess.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, I went Darkwing Duck. I watched that more, so I enjoyed that more.
Okay. All right, Dave.
Sweep it.
All right. They're up 2-0. 1 more, and then they sweep. And it's voice acting. Who had the better voice acting, Eric?
Darkwing Duck. I just found the voice acting of a duck fun, better.
Okay. All right, Sean.
Yeah, I also went with Darkwing Duck. Just a, I don't know, the voice acting in Rockos Modern Life was just annoying. It was hard to get behind it
Okay.
for me.
Fair enough. All right, Dave.
Yeah, this one, it was close to me, because Rocco's Modern Life did bring a little bit more variety, but I do think the better voice acting came from Darkwing Duck. I think Jim Cummings did a wonderful job there.
All right. So we got our first sweep. And Darkwing Duck is going to win it 3-0. So they're going to get 30 points. Rocco is going to lose 10. So they're inching a little closer to try to catch up to Dragon Ball Z, but I still don't think it's going to happen. Although you never know with the gauntlet stage coming up in stage 4. Main event time. It is the Flintstones versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 2 of my all-time favorites. Flintstones, 1-1, 25 points in the division of Eric's brother, Chris. If they get a win here, they're only 10 points behind Street Sharks. So they can take a division lead with a win.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2-0, 60 points in the division of Matt P. They're perfect. They're perfect right now. If they sweep, they remain perfect. And they tie 16 for the 1 seed. So we start with the first category, which is memorable moments. Sean, whose moments were more memorable?
I went with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, just the whole storyline behind that show is memorable.
Yeah.
Their fight scenes are very memorable. And I think that just, for me, outshines anything the Flintstones had for a memorable moment.
Okay. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Sean here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought, it was cinematic moments, to me, and I thought it was great. And I also enjoyed action, like them fighting Shredder and the Foot Clan. I thought, that's great, and that's what I'm kind of more into. I like that action, so I would have to go with Turtles here.
Okay. Eric?
Yep, TMNT.
Okay. They're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they sweep. Overall enjoyment is the next category. Eric?
This was a tough one. I like both shows. Both shows were funny. But I went with Teenage Mutant.
I was going to
Ninja
say, but
Turtles.
who do you like better, your brother or your girlfriend or your mistress's husband?
I went Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So you hate your brother.
No.
All right, I misjudged the situation. Oh yeah, like he watches this show. Unless he's downstairs.
No.
All right. All right, so you're going TMNT?
Yeah.
All right. He's so enthusiastic about that too. Dave?
For enjoyment, I went with the turtles here. I like the action. I like what the show's premised on. It's very enjoyable. I enjoy the show a lot.
All right, Sean?
Yeah, I went with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Show is just more engaging.
Yeah. Who's your guys' favorite turtle?
Oof. Mikey.
I would give the slight edge to Michelangelo.
What about you, Eric?
I think Donatello.
Donatello. Okay. I'm a Leo fan.
All right. So they are up 2-0. One more, and then they sweep, and they, for the time being, tie for the 1 seed.
This is voice acting.
Yes.
Can I go first?
Yes, you can.
I'm going with the Flintstones here. I thought they had more legendary talent. They had Mel Blanc, the man that's known for the man of 1,000 voices. I mean, that's like his, that's what he's known as.
And by the way, some of the more iconic voices.
Yes, and they also, with that talent that I just stated, they had Alan Reed, which is a very great voice actor as well. So I thought they had good, star-studded cast. They had versatility. And that's just two. They also had like B in there and Jean Vander. So like there's a couple people that aren't as star-studded, but they had variety in there as well. So I went with the Flintstones.
Okay, Sean.
I'm sticking to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think the voice actors had more raw emotion.
All right. You have the power. You either end it here or it keeps going.
No, it keeps going. Flintstones.
You're going to go Flintstones?
Yep.
Did I sway you, Eric?
Yes, you did.
Or we could just go with the argument that this is one of his brother's shows.
So there's some embezzlement going on? Is what I'm hearing?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to imply, yes.
Interesting. I'll take a note of that for Wednesday's show. Eric, embezzlement. Got it. Well, actually, I don't think, is that embezzlement? I don't think that is it.
No, I
It'd
think
be a
it's the wrong
scandal.
word.
It'd be a
Scandal.
scandal.
Yes, Eric's scandal.
Scandal, easily influenced,
Insider trading.
a putz. You can use any of them.
Inside trading.
I didn't know Eric had congressman in front of his name. Sorry. Stop.
All right.
Any
So
political figure.
it's gonna go one more round. So Ninja Turtles has just said goodbye to the 1 seed, because they're not in Eric's brother's division. So we move on, and this actually can make this a lot closer.
This
Humor,
one's tough.
huh?
This one's tough.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
All right, who wants to go first?
Make
I'll
one
go
of them
first.
go first.
Eric,
Sean said he
you
wants.
first. Eric
I don't
raises.
have
I'll go
time.
second, depending on his answer.
All right, Eric, you're first.
Yeah, Flintstones. Yeah. I mean, I think both shows are funny, but Flintstones, I think, is more funnier.
All right, who wants to go next?
Sean does. He said he wanted to go second.
I think Dave wants to go.
Yeah, go on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here. I just thought it was a little more, fast paced. I like the catchphrase like "Cowabunga." I thought that was kind of, funny. There was sibling banter that was, kind of funny too. Mikey definitely brings that humor, and he brings the humor out of the other turtles and the other characters. I feel quite a bit, and they're having like funny parts while in combat too. Like it's not just like it's when they're out of the action. They're no, it's still humorous while they're in action, and it's funny. Um, so I thought they did it pretty good with their catchphrases, their references, and it was a little more fast paced. So I liked it a little bit more.
All right, Sean, the power's in your hands. Do we go another round or is it done?
It's done. I went with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like Dave said, the family banter, the interactions they have with what's her name? Rachel. What's her name? April. That was close. I know it ended in an L. But yeah, just the whole situations with that. When they get pizza, they got the stupid little pizza song or whatever. Just overall a lot more funnier.
Okay.
I also said Flintstones. It reminds me of me and Doug.
Yeah, you definitely are Barney. So, all right. Turtles are going to win this 3-1. They're going to get 20 points. 16 is still sitting up top by itself as the 1 seed, at least until Wednesday. And Sean's going to get into that in a few minutes because I'm going to throw it to him to do the promo for Wednesday's show because he's the host. He probably didn't know I was going to do that, but I'm doing it. But before we get to that, so Ninja Turtles gets the 20 points. Flintstones gets no points. But Sean, let us know what we've got on tap for Wednesday's show and your judge's choice.
Okay, so I went on and made sure, or I took the liberty of naming this event Judge Sean's cartoon event, where top tier shows battle it out and Eric's answers don't matter.
I'll make sure to put that in the promo.
Yes, obviously his answers matter. It was just there for a gag. But the matchup lineup, I'll list them in order. We're going to have Family Guy versus The Simpsons, Rick and Morty versus Solar Opposites, Archer versus Bob's Burgers, Bob the Builder versus Bluey, the original Bob the Builder, not any of the new remake ones. South Park versus Harvey Birdman, and the main event is going to be Recess versus Magic School Bus.
By the way, the perfect right now Magic School Bus, if they can sweep Recess, they're tied for the 1 seed with 16. Not that I'm trying to say that that's going to happen, because I'll make it known right now. I got it split because that one was hard for me. But that's going to be a good lineup Wednesday. Next Saturday here on Animated Hour of Power. Eric, are you on next Saturday's show or am I doing it?
You're probably going to do it.
All right. I'll make sure I have scores written, just in case you do decide at the very last second that you're going to be on.
Yeah.
But we are going to have Huckleberry Hound Show versus Star Trek the Animated Series. Futurama versus a personal favorite of all of us, Action League Now. Star Wars Droids takes on Samurai Pizza Cats. And the main event is going to be the Woody Woodpecker Show versus the Pink Panther Show. So make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Also, like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast. This Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to talk about the state of current wrestling. Make sure to like and subscribe to Money E's Unscripted Sports Show. You can also find them on Twitch at TCAX Money E. You're going to find the Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCAX Godsent 95. You're going to find Sean on Twitch at TCAX Reaper. Do I even bother plugging the other stuff?
No.
All right.
Maybe TikTok.
All right. So you can also find him on TikTok at TCAX Reaper. Also, like and subscribe to the Dizzle97 YouTube and Twitch. I'm sure my brother will get there up and running very soon. Maybe. And the Stabcast YouTube channel with Daniel and Mindy. We'll see everybody Wednesday for Sean's Judge's Choice.
Let's get it.
Bye.